Hi guys, Adam here with Adam Photography and Blue Pacific Media, and today we have another product review for you. What we're going to be looking at is the Came TV's new LED light panel. Now this is the 576 bicolor high CRI light panel from Came TV. Reason I've gone with this particular unit, there's a few reasons. I'm going to go into all those right now. So I went with the 576 LED rather than the 1x, which are a 1024, so 1024 LEDs. This has 576 LEDs. The reason I went with this was a couple of fold. One was the price. It was just starting to scratch it out of my price bracket at the moment for what I was looking for. But more importantly was the size. I really wanted to get a couple of good LED light panels that I could use for lighting up scenes, especially when I'm shooting videos on location, that wouldn't require me to carry a massive case around. And these ones definitely, they came in at half the size of one of the 1x. Of course, they lose a lot of the power by being half the size, but they had enough power from what they looked like to do what I needed to do with it. So I went ahead with these anyway. Now, bear in mind that this is the bicolor, so you can adjust this from 3200 Kelvin up to 5600 Kelvin. So that's like from tungsten to daylight. You can adjust it all the way through. So essentially, there's not 576 LEDs at all times, but rather half of those LEDs are set to tungsten, half of them are set to daylight. And as you increase the temperature from 3200 to 5600, you engage either more of the tungsten bulbs or more of the daylight bulbs. When you hit about 4000 Kelvin, that's when you really got all the bulbs at their maximum intensity. So that's when you're going to get the most light out of this unit. At the moment, I'm using the second unit I have just up here as a fill light for me, and that's set just straight to daylight because where I'm filming there's a bit of daylight coming into the room. So I got that set to daylight, and that's at the moment with an extra diffuser screen. I put basically from the front element of a softbox, pegged that up to the barn doors, and that's going at 100% right now at 5600 Kelvin. So I've got that set up like that, and the light, it's very bright. Considering I'm in a well-lit room, I can feel that light coming down on me. I can looking up at it is quite intense, but it's not overpowering. So it's not really going to be something that you're going to want to be using in bright daylight conditions because it's not going to throw a huge amount of light. For that, I'd recommend going with the larger lights, the 1x. But it's got more than enough power for what I'll be using it for, which is mainly indoors and a lot of times in clubs, bars, etc. Doing TV commercials inside restaurants, etc. So for that kind of usage, it's got more than enough power for what I need. And having the ability to adjust the temperature on the fly is quite nice. So if I want to warm everything up a little bit, I can of course do that in camera, but it's kind of nice to be able to adapt these lights to, say, the lights in the establishment. I mean, they might be running with tungsten bulbs, and then I can just switch these right down to tungsten as well, and I've got all my lights nicely balanced. So that's why I went with the bicolors rather than using a drop-in filter. But anyway, let's talk a little bit, I'll go into a little bit of detail about the unit itself. So design-wise, yeah, it seems to be really well built. These barn doors that are on here now, these are really quite new. I've only used them a few times now, but they're really rigid. They're really rigid, which is exactly what you want in barn doors. I've had other lights in the past with barn doors that just sort of flop about, and if you put them up and they fall back down. These ones have got almost no give in them whatsoever. As you can see, they're just smacking on it, and it's not losing its position. So that's fantastic. These barn doors are not only great for adapting, controlling, and focusing the light, but also when you fold them closed, they protect the panel here. So when you're traveling around, you've got less chance of actually damaging your LEDs. So they've double purposes there. Now I'm not sure as you can see right now, but there is a basically a diffuser in here which you can just slide right out with the click of one little button. Sorry there, just a little hiccup coming up. And then by removing the diffuser, you've actually exposed the bulbs completely. So there's nothing protecting those bulbs once the diffuser's off. So you want to be a little bit extra careful then if you did drop this or it gets banged without the diffuser, it's straight onto bare bulbs. So that's another kind of, I'd say, like level of protection for your bulbs is keeping the diffuser in. Of course, without the diffuser, you're going to get a much, an even brighter light still. Now this diffuser, of course, is just a plastic panel, and so I found getting it back in can sometimes be a bit tricky. It doesn't just find its way in really easy. It's just down here at the bottom, but just got to get it to sit in those grooves. There we go, and that's locked in. All right, so that's the front element there. We're going to spin it around now and show you the back. And for this, I'm going to switch the unit on, so get ready for a bit of a bright light. Okay, so we'll just turn that down. Okay, so now we're at 10%. I'm going to crank that up to daylight to match my other lights. Okay, so that's 10% at daylight, as you can see right now. Let me just spin this guy around here and show you what's on the back. Okay, let's get this, find the order. Let's get to move this little mount out. All right, everything's quite new, so it's still very rigid. This is much easier to do when you've got a wet place to torque it with. Geez, that's tightened up a lot. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. Okay, so on the back of the unit here, so this unit can be run with a DC 12 volt, which is included. Now I will mention that you do get this the power adapter in the box, but the actual plug that comes with the unit is the three-prong plug. So you've got the two straight plugs and then the one sort of round pin plug. I'm not sure exactly. I guess that's what they use in Hong Kong, where the units are from. But for Japan, I need to put in put it onto an A adapter for the wall sockets here, and that's not included. So if you're looking to purchase this unit, make sure that you've got at least a couple of adapters for wherever you are, just so that when they do arrive, you can get them out and play with them straight away. Otherwise, you're running off the shop to go find one, and you know, we all know what it's like when you first get a new unit. You want to go play with it. So that's just the power adapter. Here on the back of this, the back of the controls, you've got your intensity of the light, which can go from 10% up to 100%. Just a nice little dial there. It's a good size, so it's not too fiddly when you're trying to do it on the fly. And then here's your color temperature dial right here, which you can adjust all the way from 3200 straight through to 5600. So tungsten to daylight. Now, good to know is that the back screen, this LCD display here as well, is also a touch screen, and that illuminates. So you can see that even when you're working in a dark location, and you can use the touchscreen to change both the color temperature and the intensity of the light. I'll just wind that right back. Okay. Now, if you adjust, I've just noticed this now, but if you adjust the settings here on the screen, you'll have to flick the dial all the way back around and back again to get the dial to work. It doesn't engage that way. Now, if you're out in location and you want to charge these units, but you don't have you know, power supply, you can't plug into the wall, it has this Sony V-mount battery connector right here. Now, if you're not shooting with pro-level Sony cameras that require the V-mount battery, they are quite expensive to pick up. So another option is to buy the V-mount adapter, and then you can just use regular Sony batteries. I'm currently going to have a look, see whether they've got the same sort of adapter for like the Nikon batteries and stuff. So might as well just pick up a few extra camera batteries while I'm at it, rather than invest in batteries that are only going to be dedicated to this. But yeah, that's got that Sony V-mount battery. So you can basically, once you lock in that adapter panel, you'll be able to put two regular Sony batteries, which you can pick up on eBay relatively cheap. The adapter is about $50. Okay, as far as why you'd want to look at a unit like this, let me just turn this off for a second here. See, first off, this is a high CRI light. So if you're not familiar with CRI, that's color rendition indexing. I think that's right. But basically all that means in layman terms is the light will transfer into a digital format, so into a DSLR or pretty much any digital camera that you're using these days. The light will be interpreted by the camera accurately. So you might notice if you go with the cheaper LEDs, they tend to throw a bit of a green sort of hue, a little bit of a green color off when they're shot into a digital camera. You might notice a little flickering in the color, etc. These lights won't do that. In fact, their CRI index is at 94, which is incredibly high for an LED panel. Now, what's also fantastic about these units is the price. I picked up both of these units, so there's two of these. It comes with a carry case. You've got the mounts that are built onto them. You've got these heavy-duty barn doors. They're well constructed. All that for $610 US. Now you can get the one buys, I think, for about $1,024 US. to get the bicolor high CRIs. If you go with just the straight daylight, the 5600 Kelvin lights without the ability to adapt that, then you have to drop in a basically a tungsten screen, an orange screen in here instead of your diffuser, just to change the color temperature of your lights if you want to do that. But that will give you a little bit extra kick, a little bit extra power from the lights, and the price is a little bit lower. I'm not sure exactly, but it's about, I don't know, $30, $40 cheaper to go that way. So yeah, these lights, what can I say about them? They're high quality, they're well built. The body is plastic, but it seems to be really well designed. I can't see any kind of design flaws or missed screws or anything like that. So they seem to be doing a pretty damn good job of keeping up the quality of the unit. It also comes with this carry case. If you buy the two lights, this carry case will seat both lights, one in each section here. The case itself has got nothing special about it. It's just well padded, quite rigid. It's not a hard case, but it's sort of a semi-hard case. Zips up, and it's got a nice little carry handle on it. There's also a strap inside and a little pouch, a zip pouch just here for, I don't know, throwing in a couple of extra cables or whatever you might need to go in while you're traveling with that. So yeah, all in all, it's a good little setup. I'm really stoked with it. If you're looking for some LED panels just to get up your lighting game a little bit, yeah, take a look at these CAME-TV lights. I'm not in any way affiliated with CAME-TV. They don't pay me. They don't send me free stuff. I'm not endorsed by them. But I've been looking at a bit of their stuff since I picked up their gimbal, and so far I've been pretty happy with the quality of their equipment. They've always seemed to answer my emails quite quickly, so I'll probably continue to shop with them as my needs grow and as their product lineup continues to appeal to me. So if you're looking for that, just go to cametv.com. If you like this video or you want to keep an eye on anything else I've got coming up, just hit the subscribe button just over here, and happy shooting.